Hi, welcome to my channel, and we're finally here. We're finally in the home stretch. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for this. Honestly, this has been one of the hardest builds, and I don't even know why, because it's not even the biggest build I've ever done. That's a different build I have on the gallery. Follow me on the gallery, by the way. But for some reason, this particular build was just so hard. I've complained about it in every single video, and this video will be no different. I don't even know what it was about it. There's just something about the floor plan, or maybe the way it was just, I don't even know, man. It just wasn't coming together. I'm really pleased with it now, obviously. I mean, I'm making this video and I've put it on the gallery, but it was touch and go there. If this wasn't a house that I was building for my own gameplay, for a family that I really love and really enjoy playing, then I probably would have given up. Like, I've got so many unfinished builds on, like, in various different saves and different, I've abandoned other families because I didn't like their house, or because I didn't want to keep building their house, and it's just because I like this family an exceptional amount that they managed to get a house out of it. So hopefully I'm not alone in this. I really hope. I'm sure other people struggle with builds like this, but I'd love to know in the comments, like, what builds you've struggled with and how many, if any, projects you've given up over the years you've played The Sims, or any of the Sims games. The Sims 4 is the first game that I've actually really built in. In The Sims 3, I furnished houses, but I never, like, built them from scratch. I always used an EA pre-build or something, and then just, like, used that as a basis and just gone from there. In The Sims 2, I don't think I built at all. I didn't even really decorate because I was only like 10, maybe even younger. I probably was like 7 or 8 when I was playing that game. Funny story, actually. Back when I was younger, The Sims was rated 7 and the expansion packs were rated 12. So because I was under 12, my dad was like, oh well, you can have the game, but you can't have any expansion packs because you're not old enough. But there's absolutely nothing in any of the expansions that isn't in the main game, so there was really no reason. It was basically just because I'm pretty sure the rating system changed in the middle of, like, release, like what criteria was necessary for what changed, and that made the Sims expansion packs all 12s. And originally, if the rating system had changed beforehand, then The Sims would have been rated 12 and I wouldn't have been allowed to play it. So quite lucky in that regard that I was allowed to play it. But anyway, tangent aside, because of that, I never built in The Sims. Sometimes I would, like, add a room on, or like something like that if I needed to expand, like if I needed the space or something. But 9 times out of 10, I just moved. I would move into those big massive mansion houses that you would lose your Sims in all the time, and that's where I would end up living. To be fair, The Sims 4 is absolutely the most user-friendly when it comes to building and being able to do what you want. It's much more challenging in the early games. I feel like it's gotten easier to build with each iteration. It wasn't hard to build in The Sims 3, but it's a lot more finicky, and there's things that you can't do that you can do in The Sims 4. I also like the fact that they have things like rooms, so you can just be like, oh, I don't want to build this, I just want to slap this thing in. I used rooms actually a couple times while I was building this, not to actually put it in the room, but to just find the items and be like, oh yeah, because that way I don't have to be scrolling through like a sauna or something. I don't know where that's supposed to be, or things like that, or what category it's in, so I just go in the rooms and then I find everything I need that comes in a sauna, you know. So it's like the sauna item, it's the towels, it's the lights, it's all that kind of stuff that goes in one set, so I don't have to search for each individual item. So just a pro tip there, use the rooms if you're running out of ideas of what to put in particular rooms, particularly when you've got stuff like a sauna. It's like, yeah, what do I put in there to make it more realistic? Because I don't know, maybe you guys go in saunas all the time, but I can promise you now, I absolutely do not. I hate being in saunas. I hate the dry heat. I don't mind a steam room. I don't find wet heat so bad, but me and saunas absolutely don't get on. But second tangent aside, going back to building in The Sims 2, I remember my dad, because he got into The Sims 2 at the same time as me, he used to download his houses from online websites and stuff. Like, he used to get them from, I think it was Mod The Sims and stuff like that, and he used to always get like mansions and things because he wasn't building either, and he always had massive families and things like that. So yeah, he always used to download them. But I remember one time he downloaded this house, and evidently when the person was playtesting it, the second after they like saved to download it, a fire broke out and they must have not noticed. So when you like got this house and put it down, a fire would break out the instant you hit play, which is, you know, less than ideal. And because it's like an absolute mega mansion, you don't know where it is. And The Sims 2 did have a feature where it would like show you like a little camera of something happening that's important, like a fire breaking out, someone dying, that kind of thing, instead of The Sims 4 where it just drags you over there. But because this fire had technically started like before, essentially, there was none of that, so there was no way of knowing this fire had started until you like went over there, and then your whole wing was half burnt, half your house was absolutely burnt to the ground. So that was something that you had to watch out for back in those days. You didn't have the gallery and things like that and stuff to make it easy for you back in my day. But Dad was always downloading custom content. He was so much braver than I was. Until I figured it out, then it was non-stop. Oh my god, the amount of custom content I had. I don't even remember it now, but for some reason, this set of pigtails that I had, or like, what are they called? Yeah, pigtails basically, that I was just absolutely obsessed with. I don't even know why, but almost every single one of my Sims had these double pigtails. I don't even know why. Or like side ponytails, I don't know what you call them, but yeah, I was absolutely obsessed with them. And I remember so many of my Sims had them. They were kind of like scene styled because that was popular back in the 2000s and stuff, so they were like really big ponytails. And yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can find some more of those, because I really did enjoy those kind of hairstyles. I've got my love of CC back. If you've seen any of my other videos, then you've seen my Sims are always CC'd up to the gods, because I can't handle the way EA looks and stuff. There's just not enough goth stuff. That's my main thing. There's not enough goth items. They've been adding more with like the werewolf pack and stuff like that. That has quite a lot of grungy goth items. We haven't really had any since the vampires game pack came out, so hopefully if those two kits come out, hopefully the goth one wins, because we need more. But if we don't get that, then I'll just have to make do with CC. I especially use CC for tattoos because I cannot stand the in-game tattoos. The fact that the only full leg ones are tribal tattoos really pisses me off, just because it feels offensive if I'm just a normal everyday Sim and I've got these very clearly like actual tribal tattoos on my leg and stuff. So yeah, I have quite a lot of CC tattoos. I also just don't like the ones that are in game. I don't like the look of them that much. Some of them are alright, but yeah, I needed more, especially because there's not enough variety of like type of tattoo that you want to get, because sometimes people have terrible tattoos, you know what I mean? Not everyone has good tattoos. It's just a fact of life. So sometimes I want to represent people with terrible, awful, garbage tattoos. All that to say, I have a lot of CC and a lot of it is tattoo CC. Do you guys play with CC? Are you a cast CC? Do you use build CC? I tend to use cast CC. I do have a lot of build CC, but because I build for the gallery so often and a lot of people don't have CC and it gets real picky if you don't have that exact item, blah blah blah, I often don't use build CC. If I'm building purely for myself, then my build will be absolutely covered in it, because CC creators are just so talented. The things that they make, oh my gosh, especially when it's just like small items, quality of life items. I have the utmost respect for mod creators, CC creators. You really are what makes this game playable for me. It's just, it's unreal the amount of things that I just couldn't compromise on if I didn't have mods. Like I've mentioned laundry in the last episode. I've spoken about MC Command Center and Carl's Dine Out mod and stuff. I have so many mods. If I have one singular problem, I'm like, right, time to go find a mod to fix this. And that is bad. Like, it's bad that, you know, a AAA billion-dollar company is more or less reliant on modders and people who are they're not doing it for free because they can take donations and stuff, but it's not like they're not being paid by EA. They're doing it out of essentially the kindness of their hearts and their love of the game and stuff like that. So it is kind of like, it is a bit like that EA's just able to get a pass because, oh yeah, I have a mod that can fix it. Either way, I'm incredibly grateful to be able to have those mods, so at least there's that. My favourite modder, I shouldn't say favourite because I love all of them equally like my children, but if I had to pick, I would say Little Miss Sam because, oh my gosh, the amount of... She literally has a tab called Random Bug Fixes because she just goes around and picks up random bug fixes. Some things I didn't even know were bugs until I saw her have a bug fix for it and stuff like that. She also has so many useful types of mods and things, like she has a automatic thermostat mod, which means it turns on by itself if it's hot or cold. She has a automatic turn off for the radio and things, so I don't have to worry about my Sims leaving the radio on all the time, which is what they are wont to do. But yeah, absolutely love Little Miss Sam, so I'll leave a link to her website down below as well if you want to go check out some of her stuff, and honestly I could not recommend her enough. Maybe at some point I'll do like a full mod review and I'll talk about every single mod that I have in my game because there is a lot, and honestly, I use all of them on a daily basis. Some of them I don't even know that they're being used because they're just running in the background and stuff. And some of them I use like actively, like MC Command Center or UI cheats and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe if you guys want, I'll do a mod review. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys would be interested in. But we're coming towards the end of the build now, and we're gonna pop back in game and we'll have a tour of the full build. I know you've been waiting for it since however long, so we're finally gonna get to see the full build. So yeah, let's jump back in game. Alright, here we are back in game. You've seen the outside of the house, so we won't waste too much time on this. You've also seen the back, but here it is just in case. So, starting with the entryway, very simple, very plain. Going into the sitting area with a very fancy piano, this small reading nook and a desk area. Going on to this kitchen with a dining room area, then another seating area. There are a lot of seating areas in this build, with a fireplace, the TV area just here, a nice little office just here. Then we have a downstairs bathroom. We also have this studio space, which is very nice. We also have 3 guest bedrooms. I decorated them quite neutrally so that they did look like guest bedrooms, but obviously you can make them real bedrooms. These 2 bedrooms have Jack and Jill bathroom, whereas this one has an ensuite. Then you go onto this entertaining space, which has a nice sunken conversation pit, a couple games tables, a chess table in there, a bubble blower, this little globe which functions as a bar, or it has drinks in it. I think it has like specific ones, so. And then a little bathroom in here. If we come upstairs, we have this upstairs main sitting area, I guess. We have another TV here with a little bookshelf here, another seating area with a fireplace, and I thought this would be quite nice to like look out and see the Rocky Mountains and the desert and all that. And it's got a little bar area with seating as well. The gym, very nice. Yoga studio with a little sauna next to it. And here we have the terrible garbage games room that I still do recommend you use the arcade CC pack, so I'll link that down below as well again. We also have a bathroom up here as well, forgot to mention. But moving on to the bedrooms, we have a kid's bedroom. I put 2 beds in because I thought that was like a good amount of space. It was way too big to just have one in, so yeah. Then we have this infants and toddlers room. I also made this cute little reading nook, so like you can read to your toddlers and stuff. I don't think it'll actually work like that, but it's cute anyway. And then we have what I imagine to be kind of like a teen bedroom. So they have like their own TV space, they have a desk area, they have these 2 giant closets, and they have their own personal bathroom. I used quite a lot of stuff from the clutter kit because I thought they're teenagers, so they might be a bit more messy, and I haven't got to use that stuff, so I was really excited to do that. Finally, we have this giant primary bedroom. It's almost like its own wing. We have a bed area here, almost like a living room area, a small office area, yoga mat, and of course their own ensuite. It also has 2, count them, 2 private balconies, so whoever gets the primary suite is very spoiled indeed. And then finally, we have the upstairs roof terrace garden thingy. It's basically, yeah, just a nice little bar and some seating area and a nice little, like, place to get a tan and stuff like that. Because I thought, you know, it's a nice mansion in the middle of Oasis Springs. It's hot. You want to be, like, on the roof and stuff and enjoying lording it over all the small people. So, yeah, that's what we did. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!